this one is the how the data be exchanged between each solver. And usually we recommend to run the simulation with a full analysis. So it will have a coolings and then flow, pack, cooling, and warpage. And the first coolings, it will calculate the thermal analysis for the whole cycle time. And then there's a mold temperature result for the feeding stage and packing stage. And it will be read into flow solver and pack solver as the boundary conditions. And then the flow solver will calculate the flow analysis and then record the data in each time step and also at the end of feedings. And the data at end of feeding will be the initial condition for the pack. And the pack will continue to calculate the pack analysis and then with the boundary condition from the first cool. And after pack is finished, it will recall the data for the warpage calculations. And in current versions with the default settings, the data exported by pack will be the moment when the cavity are frozen. So it's ready for the warpage calculation. We think the shrinkage will start when the parts are frozen. So you can see that there's no data exchange between the pack and the second cools. And the second cool will read the data from the feeding. So when the second cool calculate the thermal analysis, before end of feedings, it will read the data from the flow analysis. There's already have the cavity temperatures for the whole feedings, so it will read it. And after the end of feedings, the cavity will be considered together with mold base, and they will cool down together. And of course, the second cooling will use the first cooling mold temperature as the initial conditions. And then, while the warpage use the pack result as the initial conditions, if it's an enhanced warp, the cooling history of the cavity is very important. So the warpage will also read the cooling history from the second cool and then calculate the enhanced warp. And also, a lot of our users like to run the flow, pack, and warpage because maybe they don't have the cooling systems, so they have to use this one. So in this case, there's no first cool, so there's no mold temperature results can be read for the flow. So the flow solver must read the mold temperature from the process wizards. So that's our input, and it's the same as the pack analysis. And then the pack data will be read in the warpage solver and calculate the deformations.